Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you with a car flip. I haven't done a car flip and I don't even know how long, because honestly there's never a reason for me to, and because I just don't really plan in the car ever anymore. I feel like if I'm in the car, I'm usually with my family, and that's kind of silly, right? I'm not gonna do a car flip with my family because they're loud. And so anyways, I'm sitting here and I have so much time. My daughter's in an appointment and I thought that my meeting with them would be a lot longer, and it wasn't. So here I am sitting in the car. And I've really read a lot of my Audible today. I could hop on my Kindle and read my Kindle. I didn't bring my Bible with me, so I don't have my Bible. And I don't really love my Bible, like, having the apps. I'd rather just use, like, my Kindle or my Audible and then, like, read my Bible at home so I can mark it up and whatnot. And I guess I could watch YouTube, but, like, let's be real, I still have laundry to fold, so I could just watch YouTube while I do that. And so I figured while I'm sitting here, I might as well just, like, flip through my planner. I feel kind of silly doing these sometimes because I feel like I show so much of my planner all the time in my videos, depending on like what I'm filming, and it's honestly typically just been this a lot. So we're just gonna do this for, you know, the girlies that want a flip. And if that's you, I'll see you guys as we keep on going. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. I've honestly been in the Mega off and on since 2021, maybe 2022. I don't even know. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. And yeah, so this is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. I have it in a Moterm cover. This Moterm cover was sent to me by honestly someone that had reached out to me here on YouTube. So that just goes to show that there's just amazing people out there. And so this is a Moterm Weeks cover. I haven't had any of their other covers in this type. I have like a Veg Tan Weeks zip cover that I don't love, and I tried selling. I can't sell, so it's just like sitting in a box. But I love the black pebble. I love the black pebble, and I've had it in a personal rings. I ended up selling it. I wish I never did. I have it in a A5 zip, and I have it in this. So I'm in love with this type. I don't know if the other colors feel the same, but the black is just something about it is so gooey and dreamy. Yeah, so let's just keep on going in. I have these are actually passport charms, like for a passport traveler's notebook, but if we're not reusing our stuff, then what are we doing, you know? So I found a way to make it work for this. I'm sure there's like a way more creative way I could tie it. So it does kind of annoy me sometimes when it like goes up and down, but I just try not to think about that, and I just keep it there. This is the inside. I was out and about really like the majority of today. I was out and about a lot, so I do have some of my cards, my driver's license and stuff over there. I have just a Starbucks gift card, my Ollie clip, and I have a ton of little page flags in here. I have some like pictures that my kids have drawn me stuffed away in there. I have a wallet size photo of each of my kids, and obviously they can't all fit at the front at once, so I just like change them in and out quite often. So I'm never like showing one kid too much favoritism. In the front I have just one of those clear pockets stuck on. This was like literally one of my last clear pockets, and I wish that I knew that when I put it on, because I don't have a Target near me, and I just wish that I had more of them. You never know, you have a good thing till it's gone, and it's gone. So I have a clear pocket on the outside, and I just have this cute little, my mom goes to a church called Journey Church in Ohio, and I went there a lot. I go with her when I'm obviously home in Ohio. So they had these cute little cards, and obviously I was going to use them in my planner, so I put that one there. And I like the way it looks with the green and the holographic sparkle cover. This cover is a Salty Katie Co cover. I have it actually like trimmed down in the back. It's honestly better to have it, if you don't want to cut it, just have it like as a cover on cover and have like a snap closure, or even just keep it by itself. But if you want to put it in a cover, you have to cut it. So take that for what it's worth, but it is a very good and durable cover. I have my new favorite drink. I had it for the very first time today in the iced version. Oh my gosh, the iced version is 10 times better. I didn't think it could get better, but it's 10 times better than the hot one. It's that pecan crunch oat milk latte that Starbucks is doing. I'm just like a sucker for their seasonal drinks. I'll drink them too in like the normal time when there's no seasons, but I love their holiday drinks. So obviously I have that. I have a few of my old post-it notes that I was making. Shout out if you remember when I made post-it notes. I have a few of them left, and so I just pulled one out to put like a running grocery list on it. And then I just have this little sticky note here. It says read Bible, move body, serve home. And I only put that there because I'm transitioning to a new life where my husband works now. So on my off days, or like my days when I don't have to be at work until like 3, and I'm really not going to see anybody because I'll see them in the morning and then they'll go to school or work all day. I'm feeling a little lost with how I'm never home by myself, ever. My husband's always been home for the last 7 years. I don't know, something like that. And so I was finding myself, if you can believe it, I was finding myself laying on the couch, just doom scrolling for hours and hours and hours. And then I was like, Taylor, WTF are you doing with your whole day? So these are like the 3 main things I want to, unless I have to go out and about and do things. These are like the 3 main anchor points that I want to have in my day if I'm home and I'm just bored, instead of doom scrolling, instead of going out and just wasting money, instead of, whatever. Read my Bible, move my body, and serve my home. So whatever those things look like, whether it's reading my Bible outside in the hammock, moving my body, it's just taking the dogs for a walk, or it's actually going for a run, or it's doing yoga, or going to the gym, and then serving my home if that looks like putting in a Walmart pickup order, going grocery shopping, if that means decluttering a closet, I don't know, helping my kids clean their room. I just want anchor points so that I don't get lost in the doom scrolling. That's all that is. This is going to be such an in-depth flip through. This in here, I just have, I don't know where this is from. It could be from Planner Monkey Co. It could not be, I don't know. This is for sure from Planner Monkey Co. It's just like one of her full page sticker flakes for the Hobonichi weeks. This has been in here. Honestly, these home groups for my church don't even apply anymore. Obviously, these were from the first half of the year, but I'm just like a person that when I see something and then it's like that, it becomes my comfort, and I just feel uncomfortable taking it off because this is just how my planner looks now, and I can't take it off. To me, this is like as good as a vinyl sticky note. It sounds so stupid. And then we have the next page and the next page. I'm just gonna probably cross these things off. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know how I'm gonna, some of these I can I've started already working on. Some of them I haven't, and maybe I'll cross them off, maybe I won't, who knows. But these are good, when I talk about anchor points, again, these are good for me just to keep looking back to, because all of these things really go back to my goals for the year. And some of them were kind of, measurable, and some of them were just for funsies, and that's okay. So we have that, and then we have this page. It's kind of been used for a few different things, 2 different things as the year has gone on. I think I do like the idea of putting a step counter in. I think that's something that's very measurable, and every day has one, or every day that I wear my watch has one, which is pretty much every day. I just have to actually go back in and fill in days, because now we're on this day right in here, so I have a few days to fill in. Excuse me. And then here's just a quick flip of the months, how I've been using it, how I've been updating it. I'm as in love with the Hobonichi weeks as ever, using it all the time. This is this week, or this month. I just need to cross off a couple of the days, and then I already have my schedule out for October. Just a few things written down for November and December for my kids' school. And then by then I should have my new one. It's in the mail, sort of, kind of, not in the mail, I don't know. Here is my weeklies. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, this is your first Hobo video. It just really is so plain Jane. It's months, weeks, and then blanks. Months, weeks, blanks. So every week I really do try and honor the idea of making it look a little bit different, because some weeks something that you put down will work for you, and some weeks it won't. But I don't ever want to get into the habit of just being the same version in my planner all the time. So sometimes I'll throw in little trackers on this side. Sometimes I'll throw in little lines to separate my days, like in the weeks. Some weeks I'll use kits, some weeks I won't use kits, and I'll just use like whatever I have. Some weeks I'll try and use different pens, and whatever that looks like, I try and do. I try and really change it up every single week, because I feel like if I change it up every week, then it doesn't feel so monotonous, and I won't get so overwhelmed with like wanting to try something new. That doesn't obviously always work, because we have social media and we have like the opportunity to buy things so easily, and that's fun too. So I'm never gonna knock someone for just trying something frivolously and then it doesn't work, and then you have it. You know what? At least you tried it and you know that it doesn't work. Hopefully you have a niece or a nephew or a son or daughter or a grandma or somebody you can give it to, and it can still be used as just like a Scrabble book. So yeah, I really do like to try and make every week look different, because it keeps me and my brain thinking a little bit differently every week. And every week does kind of warrant different things that I need out of my planner too. And I can imagine now that my husband is starting work that my planner might look a little bit different. Who knows? I am going to try and use another planner as like a home planner. And it's really going to have a lot of the same things as this, but I just don't want to give this over to my husband, because I want to give him the opportunity to look at something that like looks a little more laid out. This is just like, if I gave this page, or like, let's find a really juicy page. If I just gave like a page that looked like this to him, he'd be like, what am I looking at? So we'll see. We'll see if the home planner thing works, but it's really just going to be a lot of like the same types of things written over and over and over again. So that's okay. So these are the last couple of weeks since the beginning of the year. Again, there were weeks that I really used it, weeks I fell out of using it, whether that was because I fell out of wanting to use the weeks, or my work life looked a little bit, my like work and home life looked a little bit different, who knows, but every week is a little different, and some weeks I was really in it, and some weeks I was just partially in it, and some weeks I was out of it, and that's okay. That is a-okay. You'll see just a lot of, I like really pride myself on being, using my planner to memory keep and like get daily to-dos done on task and on time. So you'll see a lot of memory keeping and task lists built in together. And that's just really like my style of planning. I've tried to just do memory keeping in a planner. I've tried to just do like tasks, and both feel overwhelming to me. When I don't like marry them up, when I don't have them married up together, it doesn't feel like cohesive, and that stresses me out. So as chaotic as this may look to some people, this feels like total harmony for me. So we'll just keep flipping, and then eventually we'll get to the week that we're on. Holy cow. But yeah, these are more of the more recent weeks. Towards the end of summer, things were kind of filling up a little bit more. And then we got into, that was last week, and then this is this week. So I'm in the throes of school right now, or like, yeah, school's starting. Like, so my husband's working, girls are in school. We're starting with like a new set of extracurricular activities again. And things are gearing up for me a little bit different at work than they have been for the last like 6 to 8 months. So I'm going to really try and flex into, as I know the Hobonichi can work for me, and it does work for me, and I know that it can work for me in really, really, really busy seasons. And so I'm really going to be flexing into everything that the Hobonichi like gives me, for the next couple of months. And then it'll be season for holidays and new planners. I'm excited to start my new Hobonichi weeks. I ended up getting the standard one, but I also got a mega, so we'll see how things go. I cannot wait for my order to come. I ordered it from the site, and I'm starting to see other people who ordered from the site that are getting theirs. I'm really getting FOMO and hoping mine comes. But yeah, I'll show you also the back pages. So these are just like the little notes pages. I just had a couple of, I tried doing like collection style pages at the front for different things, but I don't know. Sometimes collections work for me, sometimes they don't. More oftentimes they don't, because I try and think of them too early, and then they just don't really serve much of a like purpose for me, I guess. So I took book notes. I have a reading log. I took a little hiatus from reading for a while, and I need to go back and just like throw down some of the books that I have read. And then this was just like my word of the year setup. I never really finished it. I put in a lot of the things that were important to me, but I had like 2 other categories that I left open if I wanted to do something with it, and I guess I just never did anything with it, which is fine. Little Christmas tracker. You'll see like some health logs, and then I had a little dog tracker, but my husband does a really, really, really good job at doing all of the dog's necessities as far as their medicines and their nails, and so I always want to try and keep up like a log of it, but sometimes he'll do it and then not tell me, and then I'll be like, oh, did we ever get that done? He's like, yeah, I did it so and so days ago, and at that point, like, what's the point of even writing it down? So whatever. Yeah, just some more trackers. I have stuff from my schooling, and then I tried to, again, I keep these lists, but then I don't ever like put them anywhere. I write them down and then I never really remember to go back and look at them. So sometimes collections are just hard for me to understand in my brain. I have some church notes. I have, which I've kind of gotten away from doing them in my planner anymore. I have some dailies. I'm also like slowly getting away from doing dailies in here as much. I don't know why. I do love a good daily. Also, before I continue, I have days like this for, especially for like my daughter's birthday parties, that I still need to go back and memory keep and write things in there. And I will do that. Mark my words. I better do that. I will do that before I put this one on the shelf. Because the last thing I think of, like, the last thing I want is them to look at it 20 years down the line and be like, oh, birthday for me. She didn't write anything. And I know that's like thinking way too in depth, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten rid of like doing my dailies in here as much, and not because of like any certain reason. I just, some days I can fill up and some days I can't, and that's okay. And it just looks a little bit different. So I don't use it in the same way where I have like the same thing every month. Like I used to have like gratitude, health tracker, and bill tracker. Like those were religiously always what I had written up, but I don't really use it the same way anymore. So I also don't use the dailies the same way or as often, and that's okay. These I was just trying to like make notes on my cycle, tracking more random dailies with different things that I was tracking. Little journaling. Sometimes I do like heavy journaling, sometimes I don't. It just depends. I just want to always use my planner for what I need in the moment, and whatever that looks like. So I'm just gonna flip and flip and flip and flip until I get to really like where I'm at. Even if I don't like ever go back and look at some of these pages, I do like the idea of just having them in there, because then when I try and kind of flip through my planner and look at everything, I'm like, oh, that's nice to see. Like I can kind of see what month that those things were written in, because obviously my health tracker is every single month. So I can see between these 2 months, like what month it was. And I do think it's kind of interesting to think like what was important to me at those times. Like I had like a Bath and Body Works tracker, or the back to school tracker, like what was I doing at that time, you know? I think that's kind of fun. But yeah, so we're at September right now, and I'm at 109 pages, and there are, what, like 217? Where is it? Yeah, 216. 217 pages. I hate that I know that. And the rest are just really empty pages. So I do want to use them. I want to do my best to, like, use them up, all the way until December, or I guess until I start my new planner. I would like to try, and I always say I'm going to try and use both planners if I do start my new weeks early, but it just depends. I really would like to try and fill this one up. I guess that's like, ideally that's always everyone's goal, right? To be able to use up a whole planner front to back. So I do want to use these, and I'm going to try and remind myself to not be so frugal with the pages, and to just like have a list, have an idea, put it down, or want to journal, write it down, so that I can keep using the pages up. But yeah, that's really it. That's my planner. I have the weeks in the back, or in the flap in the back, just kind of stuff with some random bills or like receipts or things from the kids' school or whatever's back there. We all just stuff those things in there and forget about them. So I have no idea, honestly, what's back there. And it's not worth it trying to do it on camera with one hand. But yeah, that's what I have going on right now in my Hobonichi weeks, the mega for 2025. And just let me know if you have any questions about it, or like my system or anything. Again, I just use it months, weeks, and then the back is just a free-for-all. It's just like a common space of, or a common place of a lot of things in my life, whether it's journaling, memory tracking, listing, collections, like collection fun lists, whatever it is, whatever I need it to be. And that's, you know, what your planner should be for you. So yeah, thanks for hanging out for the last 20 minutes or so, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye, friends.